ReZero, Season 4, Episode 7. Yeah, he just tries to leave. And then Charlotte bugged out. There's no leaving. You're not getting out of here. You don't get to just run away from the library or yourself. I guess I'll just walk home. Right. That was fast. It was just camping there. You know that feeling in games? There's that moment where the boss fight has just begun and you're already thinking about your next attempt. Like, it's just gone so horribly wrong from the beginning. There's no salvaging this. Let me just die. That's a repeated feeling I have watching ReZero. Like, you're already in the air. You know, you can't fly. Just start thinking about the next attempt while you have some free time. Yo. Oh, is that Shala? Yeah, she can do that. She's absolutely deadly. Damn, the rapid fire, too. Thanks. My boyfriend, I mean my master's in trouble. You talking to yourself or to your other self? Shala? Thanks for nothing, Shala. This may be worse. What the hell? Oh, we're still alive. Wow. Good. Now we get to experience a very slow death of starvation. Yikes. Yeah, you're sort of in its lair. There could be others, too. And so we start day 2 of Subaru's life in a new world. This actually is maybe what it would feel like. Or, I mean, not this degree of gore and pain, but let's say you were like randomly isekai to a new world. There's a pretty high chance you would have a hard time. Like, you're no one. You don't know anything. Isekais, including this show, you know, they have that thing of like, I'm brought to this new world where I know nothing, but also I'm special. You know, I have this secret power. So again, return to my analogy of like isekai versus foreign travel or foreign living. I think it's maybe natural to fall into that sort of thinking of like, yeah, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna be the main character, right? Like a New Yorker in Korea or whatever. But I mean, like, you're not giving the place its full depth. It's a whole thing with people with lives and no one actually cares that you're there. I mean, people do care, but not in the way you're thinking or any way that matters. You just have gone from one place in life to another place in life as yourself. But now you don't speak the language and the customs are unfamiliar. And everything you do, people say, wow, foreign people are so, insert your particular habit. The reason why it does end up being really beneficial though, and why it's a great adventure is because it shakes you out of your comfort zone and like throws you into the deep water. So you're forced to come face to face in many ways with what you are and what you've always been and what you want and where you're going, etc. Which has been the case for Subaru. The problem here, as I think came up last episode, is that this is just so deep end. You gotta have a fighting chance at swimming. You can throw a kid into a pool, right? While you're watching them. You don't drop a kid out of an airplane into the middle of the Pacific Ocean or something. There's a point at which like it's not character building anymore. It's just damage. But that also makes it partly exciting. It's like, 'cause if you can climb out of this, if you can find your feet here, then I mean that's really something about you. You know, that's deeper values. It's not just the circumstance. It's not luck. Oh, a friend recently told me that this song is at least partially produced by Teddy Lloyd, which explains so much. Like, if anyone has ever seen Penny and Stocking, I always thought the music for that was incredible. And I actually saw him, by total chance, at a free show in Singapore, which was a great experience for me. So hearing that, it's like, yeah, of course I love it. Oh no. We've been here before. This feels familiar. He drinks a little water before throwing it away. Is he gonna throw it away? It's maybe the same shot. Okay, not this time. That looked very similar, though, to that shot where he threw it over his shoulder. That may still happen. It's getting a little bit miasmy in here. Oh, that's kind of cute. He fell. He tripped and fell into the owl. Oh, this time he just dropped it. Oops. I'm sort of, well, glad is the wrong word. It's interesting that we're revisiting this, because I was wondering, like, that just happened and then we never tried it again. Right, we get stuck on this wall. It was all designed to infuriate you. This was the whole point. Don't do that. Screw you, wall. He's really cursing on a wall right now. And this miasma's thick. Oh, what was that, like an emotional trigger? What the hell? You were ready. You were sufficiently dark. And just return to the start. Just to end up back in the same place? That's a metaphor. Who? Okay, he's losing it a little bit. Okay, well, we're clinging to something. We got something to hang on to. Oh, all of you. All you schemers, you plotters. This is wrong. Seeing Amelia like that is weird. It's so, I don't know. It's wrong. He's a freaky little dude right now. What the hell happened to Shala? Will someone beat you to it? I mean... You know... You're not gonna beat Julius in a straight-up fight? What the hell happened? Who is doing this? That's Julius' sword. Maybe the miasma is just leaking. I don't know. Maybe it's just leaking out. Oh, wow. They just had like a little civil war or someone else. Maybe weird. Maybe someone took out Subaru and then they used the opportunity to come in and pick everyone else apart. Maybe we're not alone in this library. It's weird to say, but... Oh, hi. What's up, Pastrache? No. It's heartbreaking. This is just the miasma. No, no, I never wanted to see this. Of all the things that could have happened. Oh, he's gonna have this memory now forever. Oh no. You made a big mistake, man. Damn, the loyalty. Some partial truths here. That's a lot of pressure, but I mean, that's not really all that's happening here, right? Man, Priscilla just a distant memory at this point. It's so crazy that we saw the best of Subaru shortly before. I mean, this is arguably the worst, right? I don't think it gets worse than this. Setting out to murder your crew. And Pastrache, the only saving grace being that I suspect this is at least partially miasma induced. It was very astutely pointed out to me the first time he was in that chamber and the miasma stuff came up that, yeah, it's miasma, but it is very directly related to their character, right? It's not random how they choose to descend into darkness. And yeah, there's kind of a familiar, what would you call it? Maybe narcissism here of like, hey, I'm Subaru, here I am, emoji pose. And then exacerbated by the fact that people actually are treating him that way, looking to him to be that. And it's just so painfully clear that he can't be. He hasn't worked up to it in this version. You would think maybe that's better, right? Like comparing him showing up and being irrelevant and wanting to be the main character versus him showing up and being the main character, but also not being capable of being the main character. But I think it does make sense why this would be worse because there's nothing really to blame in that case. It's not that you haven't been given a chance. You just don't know what the hell you're doing and you're messing it up despite every opportunity. So that maybe is one way to look at why the reaction, miasma aside, would be so visceral because there's no other outlet. Like you either have to face it and just be destroyed by it humbly or it's rage, right? It's like when you're backed into a corner, when people push you into a wall where you're forced to look at your own failings, that's when it's kind of fight or flight or just like absolute breakdown and acceptance. That's a great representation of it, right? Because even in his worst, most base act, he's still loved. So he's just vile and treacherous as the main character, you know? Me, Natsuki, Subaru, vile and treacherous. Don't you know I have my own problems? Pastrache understands. Somehow. And she's still helping. To be rescued at a time like this. This is just like miasma cloud, straight up. Oh, it entered the wound. Oops. And that wound. Pastrache got a lot of wounds. Honestly, I mean, there might be worse things than death here. Lizard, oh no, not even by name. Pastrache just threw him into the secret balcony. That was either incredibly lucky or Pastrache is really, really smart. This seems like design. What? Yeah, maybe there is someone to kill here. Like the castle, it's... The castle. Is that Rem? Doubt. I have my doubts. Oops. That was a lot to take in. She took down the whole castle. I hate this. I hate this respawn so much. It's so irritating. The show's actually done a great job of this because I was initially worried about it being just way too repetitive, right? You gotta wake up and just do everything again, explain everything again. I think they do a great way of depicting that in a way that's not super tedious. But this is like extra layers on top of that because there's an added layer of confusion piled on top where him knowing their names undermines the thing he has to explain to them. Out of all the things happening in this castle right now, this is the thing that would break me. This constant like low stakes miscommunication over and over again. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. You almost... Yeah, that's not... Don't do that. Let's not do that ever again. I feel so bad from having a memory of what he did to Pastrache. Ignored. Now Pastrache gets lap time from now on. Yeah. Yeah, don't be jealous of Pastrache. That's petty. It's a velociraptor. He's so happy. Like, he gets to try this again. You do not want that. You don't want that. There is a positive way to reflect on this, thinking about having this as a memory. I mean, I think that's not great. It is helped by the fact that it's not permanent. The negative remains that you saw yourself do something atrocious and you felt what that felt like. That's awful. But even though it's difficult, I think there's a way that can become positive and productive where like, oh, okay, actually I'm capable of that. That's important for me to know. There is still a lot to do. And I have to really like focus on the gravity of this and be cautious not to repeat my mistakes. Turns out I have to let go of this idea I've been trying to hold that I already have it figured out and I'm already perfect in this way. And it's not even that this action made it not true. It was actually always not true. And this is just evidence, right? So in that sense, it's good that I uncovered the truth. It's not like had Subaru not stabbed Pastrache in the neck, he would have continued being perfect, right? It's like, no, that was always lurking there, it turns out. That was an option for him. Given the right combination of ingredients, he will react in that way. At the very least, it's good to know, right? As long as you hold some faith that these things are not permanent, that people are capable of change, that you can learn and grow and improve, etc. Interesting. Yeah, sounds good. Worth trying. The first theory that came to mind was that maybe people, even though he can't fully explain return by death, they have kind of inklings, right, or suspicions. And we know that some people in this world seem to outright know. And so one idea is that maybe they're trying to like return by death him to a time where he has his memories because they need him for something. Maybe Roswell's here. Or Julius just like hitting rock bottom. You forgot me too? That just makes me mad. That is such a crazy thing to think about and say while looking at them alive. It also didn't belong to Ram, even though it looks like her. You're doing it again. What is her obsession with making Subaru get water? She's super worried. True, but also for Ram. You know what's crazy? Like, just the perspective on this, if you wake up here, tempting to think that Shala isn't your best friend, right? Better than the others. I like this Shala person. She's so warm and supportive. Little do you know, like, she'll shank you at the first opportunity. I don't know. No, I don't want to know where this is going. Don't care. Well, besides that, naturally. Tell me about it. She's been in the library where she can't read. I know it was you, Julius. Keep an eye on that guy. Something about this dude. He's awfully stuffy and stuck up. Just rolling the dice. I love it. Julius is like hook, line, and sinker. That's so you, Subaru. That's exactly what you would say, Subaru, with all your memories. As expected. We gotta get this out. You go first. Oh no. Could you maybe rephrase it? Now, resist the urge to say which secret. That is weird. I mean, okay, I'm not really with you on that one. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you can't stab her through the neck. Yeah, there is some desperation here for sure. Did he not apologize in that scene? Wow. Yeah, that might have gone a long way. An admission of wrongdoing. You're more than just a pawn to me, Julius. That was that just like, we could learn something, sort of. We got a hint of, oh no. Oh right, he asked her to do this. She was the bodyguard. There's so much to that. I mean, first of all, that scene. Julius does love Anastasia, I think. But there's also something that's kind of like, he's too wrapped up in it. You can't get away from the personal need part of it, right? Wanting the best for someone like Anastasia is also to some degree a personal need and selfish in that way. But this is lower than that, right? It's like the need for validation or something or whatever it is that Julius is suffering with about his name. Rescuing Anastasia is at least in some part a vehicle to that aim. And that may not be what's best for Anastasia. That is service to oneself and maybe doesn't fall into the category of knighthood. He's sort of broken. It's kind of like in romantic relationships when you're sort of using the other person, at least in part, for what you feel you become or what your identity becomes by the quote-unquote having of them. And then it's either funny or interesting that he thinks Shala can be a bodyguard against Julius. Though maybe she can, right? We don't really know. No. The crossover with Demons of the Shadow Realm. That's way out of bounds. Don't touch me. She's waiting 400 years for a proposal and can't even get a hug. It's sort of inspiring if you want to overthink that, which I do. Look, Shala can survive for 400 years in a library with no books, waiting for the love of her life, who, now that he's finally shown up, not only will he not propose, he will not even touch her or look at her or listen to the end of her sentences. He will not listen to your dreams. Doesn't care about what happened with you and your mother. I don't want to think about your family. You are just an inconvenience to me. But she takes it all in stride, ever hopeful. She is a true inspiration. Or like a robot, the murderous pleasure robot. Thank God that Subaru has a mystery to solve. Like, it's what's keeping him going. That's right. At least he got that much straight. Finally, it took him losing his memory to figure this out. You're free to leave. Get out of my face. See, that's what I'm saying. Look at this. Convenient to you. Wow. What standards. What a goal. This is painful. This is not matching up. I'm not the person for that. Oh. I guess? It's sort of, I don't know. It's like anger hugging. I'm not worthy. That's why he's worthy. What a moving display. There's no way out of this because she likes you. This is, I've been waiting 400 years for this moment. Like, really? Actually. Oh, no. No. That's not you. Yeah, you crossed the line there. Got too excited. I like that moment, and I think it's an interesting phenomenon where, like, there's a way that compliments can be really painful, even assuming they're not underhanded, right? It's exactly what the person means. It hurts if you yourself feel like either it's undeserved or it's not something you really connect with. For whatever reason, the compliment hits you in a manner in which it's not representative of any bearing towards success and what you actually want. So, like, to be told you're a really nice guy while you feel you're being rude stings, even if it's meant genuinely, because it's the light. It's the light of the ideal, burning away your shadows. This is kind of touchy and very, you know, first world problems type thing, but to get complimented for your looks when you're struggling romantically or when you feel like you're treated as ugly by the people whom you're attracted to, that also cuts because it's a reminder of how you feel you're falling short. You know, like if your mom says you're handsome, or like your mom's friends, you know, like your mom's friends say you're so handsome. Wow, if I was 20 years younger, you don't care. You're not 20 years younger. You're not my type. Thanks for the compliment, but this sounds super salty, right? It's not an inspiration on them. It's just like what happens internally. There's a qualitative difference, I think, being recognized for something that you really like and also you feel you have worked hard for. Like it's your hands that did it. It represents not just chance or randomness or like just your total inadequacy, but rather your deliberate will manifested in the world in a way that like, oh, I've actually done something that is valuable. That's really cool. When it goes well, like this scene, which is why it's kind of endearing, it sort of brings it out of you, right? Like it evokes it because it's an ideal. Like this is not exactly what you said, right? But Shola is saying to Subaru, wow, Subaru, thank you for always being so kind to me. He's like, oof, I should probably be more kind to Shola. And if you want to really emotionally exploit people, thank them for the small instances of success in the categories where they're deficient. I think that it's easy to get this wrong, right? Like you criticize the mistakes, but it's maybe more effective to praise the minuscule examples of success in that deficient category. There's a great movie that I think about a lot called The Castle. It's an Australian comedy. And one thing the husband of that family does so well is like, he's just so effusive with his praise with his family, and genuinely so, about the most minor things. And they all are so touched by him and love him. Look at this cup. Cup is definitely half empty right now. I love this. This is such validation that this is coming up so directly. All the Pastrache talk. Wow, Pastrache is the rem of this arc. Don't say that out loud, yeah. What if we just run away together, Subaru? This is a weird what if, but I'd watch it. Not to your face. Oh yeah, it's true. How does she get in here? If she doesn't walk. Does she float? Did I miss something? Probably missed something. She's been real quiet this season. Like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Wait, what did he say? What was it? What? We just like warped here? What kind of dark magic did Melee do on us? Huh? That's a strangulation. Oh, maybe he did it. Either he did it or he's being set up to think he did it. I don't know. Someone's... What is he? Who is here right now? What is this? His hands are... Okay. Maybe they're finger marks. A what? Or nail marks. That's pretty... Huh? Empty shell. Weird. Wow, imagine having multiple personalities and neither of them having any memory. I don't think Subaru's doing so great right now. I don't think he's super well. I don't really know what to think about that ending. I don't know what to think about what's going on. It's pretty horrifying. It's pretty disturbing, especially like right as it felt like maybe there's a little bit of hope. Like that was a very dark episode. That went to a very dark place. I think that was kind of a low as far as I'm concerned. And then thankfully he comes out of that not being totally destroyed by it. And at least we have Pastrache. And we have a mystery to solve. So we put our murderous plans for vengeance on hold. And so there's a little bit of light here. But then, I mean, there's another Subaru that's still there. Or this is just a super crazy setup. Someone framing him to himself